Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today, I am not going to be doing a book review. I'm going to be talking about something that I'm very excited about, and that is that I'm going to be a judge in the SPSFC3, which is the self-published science fiction competition. So this video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what this means, and I'm going to tell you about the books that I have been assigned, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm on the wonderful Team Book Invasion with a lot of other booktubers. I've linked their channels below, so you should check them all out if you aren't already subscribed to some of them. We aren't required to post about the competition, but I wanted to introduce myself as my channel's itty bitty, so most people probably don't know who I am, and then I want to show off all the books our team has been allotted. For this round, we're simply reading the first 10 to 20% of each book and then voting a yes or no if we think it's strong enough to continue into the quarterfinals, which is when we narrow down what we're submitting to the semifinals. Both the allotment and the quarterfinals aren't announced anywhere officially, but I'll be doing some or a video talking about all the books, mainly to give them some free advertising, whether I voted for them or not. So that's just my little gift to a fellow indie author. So that leads me into explaining who I am and why I think I deserve to be a judge in this competition. Well, I've been a part of the competition from the start as a contestant. My post-apocalyptic book, here it is, What Branches Grow, was a semi-finalist in the first SPSFC, and then my second one, Escaping First Contact, entered the runnings but didn't get into the semis. To be fair, it is really weird, and it has a lot of genres going on. It's a blend of military sci-fi, horror, adventure, comedy. There's also some sexual content that those of you who don't love Mass Effect probably aren't into. It's also part of a trilogy, and the best book in my opinion is book 2, so anyway, I wasn't upset. I was like, whatever. Anyway, on top of that, I have a grad certificate in creative writing where I got a letter of distinction, so I know what I'm talking about in terms of narrative craft. I've also been an editor for over 10 years, so there's that as well. I'm also, as you can tell, a book reviewer, on here, but I also have been paid for book reviews and other book writings on other platforms. So lastly, I love, love, love science fiction, and I love self-published books. I've read 15 or so this year. I tend to do an indie April where I read just indie books in April and then try and read at least one book a month from self-published authors or small presses. I do get a lot of approvals on NetGalley, so, it's kind of hard to fit in more than that, but I try. So I was going to explain kind of my process for whether a book gets a yes or a no for me, but you know what, I'm just going to save that for later. Instead, here are all the books that we've been allotted in the competition. I haven't read any of the blurbs because I want to go in completely blind. I just think that's a bit more fair, because if I hear that a book is something like a trope that I really like, but that doesn't show up in the first 10 to 20%, that'll be make me more likely to want to keep reading it, I guess, and I don't want to have that kind of a bias, I guess, going in. I mean, everyone has biases when they review things, but I'm trying to keep it as bias-free as possible. Anyway, here we go. Here's all the books that we have in our group. So we have The Castle of 1,000 Doors by Kenny Gould. It's a cool cover. We have Bloodletting, Aria of the Forgotten, Book 1 by Sean Thomas. We have Beta by M.T. Zimmy. We have Dark Theory by Wix Welker. So there's Down Below Beyond by T.A. Bruno, and yes, I realize I have read this before when it first came out. So yeah, when it comes to that one, I will explain my approach to yes or no for that one. We have Epivision Volume 1 by Matthew Thompson. We have Mystery of the Immortals by Jason Clark. We have Fulcrum by D. Rebbit. There's Medusa Falling by G.S. Jensen. The Prometheus Proposal by Ronald D. Ferguson. Revolution by James Fox. The Arachne Portal by Joan Marie Verba. The Name of the Shadow by Mars Jefferson. Brian, Created Intelligence by A.G. Pagan IV. The Galactic Zookeeper's Guide to Heists and Husbandry by A.C. Huntley. We have Kazuna, or How to Lose a Spaceship and Still Go Places by Jamie Watt. There's Legends of Valhalla by B.C. Licht. There's Wayne M. Bailey, The Mars Migration. There's Mortal Mission by Pip Skinner. There's Prompt Excursion by Lewis S. Kingston. Terminal Reset by A.E. Williams. The Forsaken Planet by Brian Wilson. The Immortality Game by Ted Cross. And The Tribute King by Brandon Hill. So those are the books my team has been allotted to choose to vote on whether they will go into the next phase of the competition. So yeah, if you are one of these authors, I wish you all the best and congratulations for having written a novel, because honestly, I think I read a stat somewhere that something like 90% of people who write a novel never finish it, and only like 0.3% ever publish it, even self-publishing. So congratulations to you. Honestly, you should be so proud no matter how your book does. So yeah, thanks everybody, and